Two dads and a Chaz putting trophies on the wall. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Not exactly qualified, but answers the call. Two dads and a Chaz talking Green Bay Packers football. We gonna break it all down, probably leave out some facts. We gonna make some statements that we'll likely regret. Mostly gossip and rumors made straight off the top. So crank up the air conditioning, cause it's bound to get hot. Two dads and a Chaz, you know we live it and we live it right. Two dads and a Chaz, we gonna break down football for you tonight. Besides some rings and putting trophies on the wall. Trophies, y'all. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz podcast. We are going to go right into a breakdown of the defense. You thought we were done. Nah, we're not. We're breaking down the defense, baby. I'm going to start with just in general, the defensive line. I'm going to hit up with my main man, Dave Peterson. And then Dave, if you'll pass it to my father.
You bet. Thank you so much, Chaz. Oh, the D-line and the woes this year. I'll say this. I miss Rashawn Gary a lot. A lot. And I think once we get him back in the game, things are going to change a lot for us. I will tell you this. Kenny Clark still, he has his ups and his downs. I feel like he is extremely effective. He is a beast, and he's kind of a man amongst boys still. And I would also have to say that even with the penalties, I still like Walker cruising through and crushing dudes next year. So, and I'll pass it off to Buddy.
Defensive line. I thought they looked pretty stout the first half. They held up, but I think they got worn down in the second half. I think they were out there too much, and the Detroit's offensive line is really good, and so I think they really struggled with the quality of that offensive line. But I thought they had some passion, and I thought they had some push at the beginning, and you just got to score more, if you can score more and some ball control, so your defensive line can get a little bit of a break. And especially if you ever get in the red zone, I'll tell you what you should do. Score a fucking touchdown. Score a fucking touchdown.
Wow.
Okay?
Bingo. You got Buddy swearing, dude. That's what
I love it.
Bad.
I love it. Getting fired up, Pops. I love it. Mayhew. Can you tell me a little bit about what you saw on the old defensive line, or should I move it right on down to bitch ass, baby ass?
No way.
I can touch base real quick. I thought
Sure.
we talk about Wyatt having a decent day. Kenny Clark, I thought did his job for the most part, but I think Buddy hit it right on the head. Like right out of the gate, I feel like we were at least like kind of holding up, but as the game wore on, their offensive line was getting the best of us, man. There were big holes. Jamal Williams, I glazed it over in the stats earlier. Man only had 72 yards, but did break Barry Sanders' record. Hats off to our boy Jamal. Everybody on the show loves him. That's
Wait,
great.
doesn't he play for us?
He should.
Every big moment when we needed to get the stop, though, like near the end, that's in the defense, whether they were tired, whatever you want to say on the D line, man, we just could not get it done. And I don't know what's going on there with like the linebacking core where like we're okay in coverage, but like defensively when we're trying to guard the run, I'm not sure what's going on there. Something that needs to be a rather large focus going into next season, in my opinion, Chaz. Tyson, your thoughts?
I got a lot of thoughts here, guys. There's a lot of emotional immaturity that I see going on that came right out of the University of Georgia. It was exposed in full display in this game. I'm realizing that there's a lot of issues, personality-wise, of immature young players that are used to success. This is common of first-round picks that are great. Now we expect Aaron Rodgers, a champion who's been there, done that, had teams. It took Jared Abadaris and fucking Jeff Janis to the brink of fucking playoff glory, right? Okay, we expect him to be able to overcome a shitty defense. Do you expect a couple of rookies that just fucking got on the into the NFL were first round picks on a fucking national championship team that are used to success on that level to go to a team with Aaron Rodgers and be cool with watching this guy shit the bed over 60% of the time of your job there, and then be blamed. It's your fault this team's not good. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? I'm doing one guy can't get on the field. The other guy's on the field and can't seem to do enough. And then he gets frustrated and commits stupid penalties. I'm just wondering, is it fair to rookies to be these heady players that can manage being let down by their other third of the table? That's a very important part, the offense. You know what I mean?
That's where I'm gonna get on you about this, because I think he's done everything he's needed to. All right, we're talking about Quay. Or the Georgia players?
Yeah.
So Wyatt too. But like the attitude, I see it. All right, I get it. The chip on the shoulder, the whatever. But Quay has been a fucking dog of a middle linebacker. All he's done is lead the team and just go after it. He's made mistakes. Yes, he's been outplayed. Yes, there were entire games where he just was a no-show. But to put all that on his shoulders and to have him come out and still lead the team in tackles, and his PFF grades are terrible because he slipped and fell. But the fact of the matter is, like, you put a lot on that young man, and he came out and he snapped. He got frustrated. He flipped, and it's been showing for the last couple of games. He's been pushing the boundaries on what a personal foul is for a while now.
Right. It's almost like we took
the kind of player he is. And I would almost rather have that guy.
Let him finish.
I would rather have that guy than a borderline middle linebacker that you see on a lot of teams in this league. He's at least exciting. And he's only going to develop into something greater. I came in to this show saying Quay is my guy, and I'm a believer. And you know what? I still think Quay is a guy to watch. I'm glad he's a Packer, and I'm going to stand by that this entire offseason.
Quay Walker is a bitch ass, baby ass, bitch ass bitch. I've seen it. It only happens once in a while, but I've seen it. This is an adult man, okay, who got drafted by the NFL. First round, God damn it. He's supposed to be a difference maker. First middle round linebacker since fucking Nick Barnett. Supposed to change this defense, okay? This is the guy off of Georgia, a national championship winning defense, where we got 2 first-round picks off of, okay? This is supposed to be the difference of the future of our team. This guy turns out he's an emotionally immature, reactive, childish victim who can't take accountability for his own impulsive, clearly terrible fucking choices, okay? I watched this guy go out there twice, probably more that the camera didn't catch, and just fucking flip out when anyone touches him and be like, you don't get to touch me, and then be like, it's not my fault. He acts like a 5th grader, dude. He acts like my wife's fucking kids that are like emotionally immature and not able to manage their own feelings, and also not able to have the ability to like self-actualize enough to take ownership of their own actions until everyone in the fucking world is on the same page that you fucked up. And they're like, okay, now I'll apologize. Like, it takes that much. That's crazy to me that we put that much weight on this fucking one guy to be the difference on this defense with that defensive coordinator, which we all agree sucks balls, right? He's bad, right? And also our fucking head coach said that guy's coming back. He already said it. That's fucking crazy to me.
Meanwhile, we're looking at Quay to provide leadership, being this rookie, being this guy
who's not equipped to do that.
And he was having to call plays for parts of the season, and Jair's sitting on the sideline making $28 million a year and shows up in week 14. Like,
and to me,
that's unexcusable. These guys on the defense, the leadership, Kenny Clark showed up on what? 17 plays. Awesome Kenny Clark plays. I'm looking at 16, 17 weeks in the season. I can remember one thing Kenny Clark did. I can't remember another guy turning around and being like, Kenny Clark supported me in this. Like,
Kenny Clark doesn't believe in this fucking defensive coordinator, and that's pretty clear to me. And that when it became real, he started playing fucking real Kenny Clark football again. And also, this Devontae Wyatt apparently is so emotionally immature and so crazy that he can't even make it on the field, even though he's a fucking defensive physical freak. And we don't have those on our team other than Kenny Clark. And somehow he said enough to not get an opportunity to even play. But Quay is apparently ready for that opportunity 100% because we drafted him like 4 picks before. Aaron, what do you got to say? I'm gonna keep passing it to Aaron Mayhew. God damn it!
I want to touch on Quay real quick. I sent this to Ty privately, but as far as rookies in the NFL this season in coverage, he is the #1 overall rated defensive player, which I think says something. Exactly what we drafted him for: an athletic middle linebacker that can also cover and fucking blitz and fucking tackle. And dude, yeah, he's fucking nuts. We need a little bit of that on this fucking defense. I am tired of fucking slow white guys in the middle that just understand the defense and put them in the right positions. And like, we need athletic talent that's a little bit fucking crazy. Do we need to hone it in? 100%, 100%. But Tyson, let's break down this penalty a little bit. My question is who is this athletic trainer coming into the huddle and very gently putting his hand on his arm just briefly? Same shit happened to me at Walgreens the other day. This old woman, I throat punched her. She's on the ground. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. That doesn't seem right. That does not seem fucking right. And Devontae Wyatt coming in and bumping him, yeah, backing up his boy, dude. Georgia boys are all right with me. Those are 2 solid first-round draft picks, and I got nothing but high hopes going.
You walk up to me at
No.
the grocery store and put your hands on me, and I tell you what, you're getting laundry fucked that night. Don't touch me.
Sponsors.
I'll say this, dude. Tyson's got a point, and it's the body language. And if you watched Walker walk up the tunnel,
That's fucking awful, dude.
He looked like he was having tremors, and he looked like he was having a full meltdown.
He was doing
He needed Play-Doh and some crayons. Exactly.
You look
What
like
the
my
hell
son.
did I miss by
It's
being at this game?
Oh
I
man,
didn't
you
know
missed
any
a
of this
bad
stuff.
Oh,
moment
Dad.
in TV
I saw
history,
none
bro.
of this.
If I were the coach, I would ask him, "Do you have to pee? Do you have to pee?
Right.
You go
Right.
potty.
Did you
You
go
potty, bud?
Because that's what he was doing. Chaz, what a demonstration.
Thank you. I wish I didn't make any noise, but like literally, I was waiting for somebody to be like, start going 1, 2, 2.5. Like,
No, he was.
not to mention, not to mention,
do
it is-
anything.
and again, this
God!
is
It's like, dude,
this
you
has been
did.
talked about ad nauseum by everybody and every other podcast. The fucking worst week you could pull some shit like this on an athletic trainer or anybody who's put on that field specifically to help with injuries. I don't even have to say why or for who. We all know, but like, oh my
But
god,
Chaz, he touched him. He touched him.
I know.
He
And,
touched
and
him
the
to
worst,
be like,
and
"Hey,
the worst
I need
thing
to
he
get
should
in
have
and help
got.
this guy." And he's
Here's
like,
the
"Go
way you go to the
fuck
grocery
yourself."
store. It's like, can I have some grapes, Sonny? You know, and it's
Then-
right across.
right.
You know,
And
just
that's
bam.
the thing.
Good
Then
luck.
if you
Can't be living
if
like
you get
that.
touched on the field by someone who's not in pads and you still have an issue, you laundry fuck them. Other than that, you don't touch them.
Mayhew, what would you do?
I'm just saying in this regard, I think it was similar to the video you played of Campbell last week, buddy. Is like, think of your life under like a fucking microscope. If we caught a video of Tyson just looking fucking stupid as shit one time, and that's like what goes viral, does that sum you up? This guy came into into fucking Lambeau
Yes,
and now
it
coached
does.
us.
In
Now,
That's
2023.
pretty much it.
now Quay Walker, same thing, man. This guy is fucking, what is he, 21? And probably the biggest game of his entire career in front of like 75,000 fans, and he gets ejected. I cannot even imagine what's running through your
Second
head.
time in the year.
Yeah. He already been through that.
Yeah, but first
Well,
time that game, you know.
I mean, Mayhew, we don't have time to break all of that down as far as, what cancel culture means in 2023, but
Fuck those terms. I'm talking about putting things under a microscope and being overly judgmental. And I think
I
we just
agree. I agree.
back a
I
little
think
bit.
That is what
unfair
we have built our
expectation.
podcast on, Mayhew, is being overly judgmental.
No, my point is that we are putting an unfair expectation on this 21-year-old fucking kid. Why was he our first round draft pick? Why did we raise our eyebrows when they went with him? Why were we excited when they went with Devontae Wyatt, which seemed like the earlier pick that you would take, because he's the oldest defensive tackle in the fucking draft, and that is a position that takes years to develop, and he seemed to have all those skill sets. Oh wait, he got in trouble for hitting somebody, so we're like, he gets a later first round pick, but he has the athletic ability. I just wonder, what about Quay Walker? I assumed it was his head. I assumed in that team of superstars that he must have been the smartest motherfucker on the field for us to say, that's our guy out of these 6 fucking first round picks that came off this defense. We're going to go with him over the other first round pick that we went off this defense. And I'm not, at times in this year, I've seen it, but in other times I've seen things that are very concerning. And I wonder if him and Devontae Wyatt can have the ability to grow in this offseason and say, yeah, we can do this together, and without a new defensive coordinator to make them realize they get a fresh start. Because if we have the same fucking defensive shit we're rolling out next year, if we really are sticking with Joe Barry next year, I'm worried. I'm worried.
And I'll say this, Tyson, if we put two high expectations, if we put two things that are, way above on a 21-year-old, maybe we're doing that to a 39-year-old as well.
Bingo.
That was a
comes back
shitty,
around,
a
doesn't it,
shitty
gentlemen?
flip. That was a really
Uh-huh.
shitty flip.
Mhm.
Real quick.
He didn't say what I wanted him to.
Can we just, again, under a microscope, I'm saying like the past 3-4 games when the defense was playing stellar, we didn't talk about Joe Barry, guys. We talked about the defense playing really
I was
well,
trying not to.
Jair doing this. We gave that guy zero credit. I'm starting to wonder, actually, like he made adjustments like post bye to actually play to our strengths, and we saw like the results. I just think it was different. Our previous 4 opponents before then had shitty offensive lines, 0 run game, and we matched up incredibly well. Then we took that same philosophy into a game against one of the best offensive lines in the league, and it just didn't work out quite the same way. So maybe he's doing what he can with what he has, and maybe I got to throw it out there. Have we underestimated him and just fucking buried this guy unnecessarily?
No.
You can't have it both ways, Dave. You can't say that it's on the defense that they can't get it done, but then the offense is at no blame, even though the defense didn't give up more than 25 fucking points all year. Like, that's a good defense.
Yep, Tyson, it's a great point. Dave, defend yourself.
You can't have it both fucking ways.
Here's the problem, and this is the problem that I have with Joe Barry. Is Joe Barry, was he the coach or coordinator with the Lions when they went 0-16?
Yup.
Okay,
That's the guy.
That's it. That's done. That's a
disqualifies
stain,
you
that's a stain
from all
that you
future-
can't erase. It's like you can get Shout and OxyClean and all the things, but you can't get that stain out, dude.
So if you're an 0-16 team and 8-9 team is like, hey, well, I'm on the path to success. Like, fuck that. That's not the guy I want for the Green Bay Packers. We are better than that. I'm sorry.
Well, if you're 0-16 and then you made it to 8-9, that's pretty good for you. But that's not good.
You don't belong on my team.
Gentlemen, I got to say this right now. We are better than a lot of things, but I have to do this just because I was trying to pull this up in time just so that my dad could actually see it, buddy. This is where we are at currently.
So meanwhile, in this drive, Quay Walker up the tunnel. Knows the emotion got the worst of him. For the second time this year on a Sunday night, as we mentioned, we saw it in Buffalo. The sideline personnel, players on the practice squad, not in uniform. Walker got involved with on the sidelines.
That's a grown man. That's a grown
Oh
man.
my God!
Not
He's
the
having an
not good.
emotional breakdown.
Yeah.
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 And the
That's a
most
young
important
man.
game of the
Young
year.
man
Bad
having a
game.
very hard day in front of the whole damn world. I don't doubt Quay for a minute. There's, they say you can't teach speed. Well, you also can't teach being the lead wolf. And Quay has just got lead. Like, hey, we're going to bring down this caribou. And there's all these wolves running around. And Quay is the kind of guy who's like, I'm going to jump on that caribou first. Like, I'm going after that caribou. And that is the thing you need if you're going to be a linebacker in the NFL in the long term. And he had to have a lot of success, and he had to fight hard this season. But I'm proud of the young man. You know what? He flips out, and he's not paying attention always. But does a lead wolf really need to know all the rules?
Hi.
I fucking love that.
And
I wish I had
we'll
some
be back.
I'm gonna
a
give you
flute
that.
to
That's
play.
fucking great. That's good shit.
That's like dancing.
I just want to touch on the secondary real quick here. I thought we
All
rounded out the defense rather lovely. Not they didn't give up a ton. Okay, we already talked about Jair earlier. Razul, boys, the penalty on the kick. I just want to get everybody's take. I finally actually figured out what actually happened today, but I'm curious, what was everybody else's thoughts?
No wild
Okay.
accusations?
I'm ready. So Razul Douglas was a guy who somehow got a lottery ticket to be on the
I'll play
Green
this for
Bay
you, buddy.
Packers, and he ended up as a unexpected playmaker for almost free, and then we gave him what his play was worth, and now he's on our team, and he's like Jared Bush if he made more plays. Okay, like do you remember Jared Bush? He kind of won a Super Bowl. He was a big deal.
Little
right?
tiny Jared Bush.
Came in
Yeah, we all
handy.
remember. He was too
came
small
in
to play in the
handy,
NFL.
but he came in handy, but he also pissed you the fuck off, right? But he also kind of was the reason we won that Super Bowl. Go back and watch, man. Jared Bush is making plays. It's some Jared that Jennings said, and it was real, right? I think that he is our better than Jared Bush version on this team. That he is a playmaker, but he is not the smartest dude on the team. And his logic of I'm not going to let this guy have a free attempt at a kick. So I'm just going to wander up and slap the ball in the neutral zone in the most bizarre interaction. I've never seen anything like this in my whole fucking life. I've watched a lot of football. And I've never seen this in college, high school. I watched a lot of flag football. Never seen it.
All right,
It literally makes no sense.
What
at
the
all.
fuck is happening? No, he didn't want him to have him because he thought that they were going to call a timeout, and then they didn't.
Right. He just
Who does that?
What the fuck?
No, he thought he knew what was going on. He thought he was being a heady player.
Where
That's
did
not
we
why
where
you're
did we
here.
Get, where did we get Razul from? I mean, he was like a Bears. He was cut from
He
the
was a
Bears,
practice squad player.
Terrible,
He's not good.
right? He was like our 17th option when he came onto the field. We were like, yeah, everybody else on the practice squad is hurt, and there's nobody else for Razul. And he's like,
Yeah,
that's
and he's
all
like,
right,
oh,
'cause I
6
heard there was
interceptions. Thank you very much.
USFL, and I was going to try out for it, but I guess I'll be a Green Bay Packer.
No,
And
he's
that's
good,
how
dude.
Razul came to us.
He's no
Good or
there
bad?
are
I mean,
certain
he did
players-
have an interception. I mean, he's like,
Listen, there are certain players in certain uniforms. This is bad to say over this clip, but there are certain players in certain uniforms.
What the fuck?
I know that can just get it done, buddy. Now listen to me. Hear me out.
if that
okay?
worked, that would have been awesome.
I'm a Razul guy, okay? I like Razul Douglas. I like what he brings to our team. I like his willingness to gamble and lose and come back and gamble again. I like that they paid him enough that he's not getting on the fucking bench, and they got to deal with this gambler who got lucky because he had nothing to fucking lose. God damn it, that's what this game is about. It's about putting it on the fucking line. It's about saying, I got to give everything I got right now. Because this is my moment, and understanding that. And I think he gets it. He is not anywhere near an outside or inside corner level speed guy, right? But what he does, the way he plays, I'm telling you, man, he's going to get you 5 to 6 picks a game. or 5 to 6 picks a year. And that is enough to win you 3 of those
Damn.
games. And I'll take the fucking weird things that he does in between because we have enough talent on this secondary, which is good, to make up for it. I love him. I love him on this team. We need that personality to balance out the other side. Dave, what you got?
I would say this, I agree. I think Russell is awesome. He has a knack for picking off the ball and getting to where he needs to be. He knows that it's like, this is my shot, and he hits it. I like that. When I saw that play, what I thought is in 10 years, he's going to be a ref. And he's just auditioning for what it looks like to be a ref. You walk between the guys sometimes and you set the ball or you flick it or whatever, He wants to wear black and white stripes eventually. And that's how I see it. Because when I watch someone, that's like someone walking down like the airplane, like the aisle and putting their ass in everyone's face at every, it was just like, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? And he's like, no, I got this. I gotta go take a shit. I'm going to go occupy the bathroom and take a shit for a while. And it's like, no, dude. Oh, so.
This guy's kind of the worst in your opinion. Mayhew, what do you got on Rasul?
No, it was all, again, just like all the same stuff. You guys hit on it. That play, just like a fucking anomaly, kind of like summed up the entire season where it's just like, I don't know where we're at. I don't know what we're doing, but I do think he's like a heady player. Like Aaron Rodgers has touched on it specifically as far as his understanding of the game and like route recognition, because he's not the fastest guy, not the most athletic, but man, he comes up with plays, but he's also the guy that will like over fucking pursue and like blow a couple. And I'm willing to live with that because I think that's what this defense is. It's been the same way for like over a fucking decade. It's a defense that's looking for turnovers. It's a defense that can hopefully keep them under 20 with the idea that our offense can fucking get the job done. And that recipe this year just didn't quite match up, but I kind of want to talk about the safeties a little bit, if I'm honest.
Hell yeah.
I was hoping.
Big conversation.
Particular is Darnell fucking Savage. Guys, I don't even know what to think anymore. I saw plays during this game where he seemed like he fucking had it.
Let's talk about the facts. We're tied to this motherfucker for one more year. He will be a Green Bay Packer in 2022.
Hang on. Hey, finish your thought. What was that?
I just think he gives you plays throughout the game where you're like, oh my God, this guy fucking gets it. This is why we drafted him. And then other times I just want to fucking cut him as quickly as possible. And I think the biggest thing for me personally, he does not seem like he wants to really tackle somebody, fucking make the stop, fucking impose his will and hurt somebody. He's out there to he wants to fly around. He wants to pick the ball off. And that's not what I'm looking for out of a safety.
You said that the last time you were on the podcast. You actually brought up over pursuit. Stop over pursuing. Stop over pursuing. Stop over pursuing.
No, it's true.
Yep.
He's been a constant. He'll make a tackle if the situation is right and make it look good. But for the most part, he's not trying to like blow dudes up. That's not his style. You're right, Aaron. He wants to be a ball hawk. And that's not the role we need him to be.
Go, Ty, go.
Oh,
On Savage?
yeah.
Well, I thought you were lining up, but it looked like Peterson. Either you or Peterson passed to each other.
Savage wants things to be how they were when he played in college. He could do what he wanted to do against those guys. But in the NFL, it's just not panning out the same way. And it happens to a ton of guys. Look at Ron Dane. Things that happen in college don't happen the same way.
Completely different team, position, and player. And
Whatever.
era. Look at it.
In college, when you're dominant, and then you come into the pros,
I forgot all about
things
Ron
aren't
Dane.
happening right. It's like, what's going on? It's like, well, it's not college anymore, man. That's what's going on.
Remember Ron.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Remember? Dude, he played for like the Badgers, bro, like way a long time ago, bro.
And then the
I know,
Texans.
Dave
Savage
jumped
is-
back directly to 98 to make a point.
Dude.
Oh, 99 and 2000, back-to-back Rose Bowls, bitch.
Well, that's where all of my
Remember
Packer
Ron
knowledge
Dane?
like resides, is right around
I'm just
95
saying.
and 98. So
People that do shit in college, well, don't always do it in the pros well, and then they have to adjust.
I'm-
Good Pros adjust. Good coaches adjust. Good instructors adjust. Adapt to what you have in front of you.
Savage to me is the ultimate trade piece. If I'm Gutekunst, I'm bundling him with something else, and I'm getting something I want. And they'll give it for Savage. I mean, he's not the worst, but he's also not very good. We don't need him. He's the one guy in the secondary who I am readily able to part with.
He's one of the fastest.
And if I get the
guys
right value for him, I am just thrilled to see him go. Because some of those throws he was being picked on by Jared Goff. I mean, now Goff's no slouch, and he hasn't turned the ball over in 7 games, but he decided he was going to pick on Savage and throw it right behind his head and throw it between his knees and throw it behind his back, and it worked over and over and over again. And when you pick on Savage, he gets frustrated, he falls down. Trade bait. Bundle him to the Commanders, and let's get this thing done.
All I'll say is that he's one of the fastest guys on the team, and we never even once considered him to return kicks. And that says something about his willingness to throw his body out there.
Play football.
Because he's fast
football.
as shit.
Yeah.
He's one of the fastest safeties in the NFL.
Who thinks he was going to return kicks? Come on.
If you're fast, you should be willing to do that.
Nixon is returning kicks.
You thought that Savage was going to return kicks.
Nixon took his job. Moving on. Next position. Let's talk about Amos, right? Okay. This guy came from the Bears. I liked him a lot. I thought he was going to be a Pro Bowler coming into this year. I thought this guy was a serious potential contender, right? Amos, you guys feeling it? You know what I mean?
50% of the games he led the team in tackles. That says a lot about your defense. That doesn't say a lot about your strong safety. That says a lot about your defense. When your safety is in half your games is the leading tackler, that's shame. That's fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I feel like Amos is just the guy who just has to be the fall guy for that.
Mayhew, Amos.
Wait, I'm confused. Ty, are you blaming him for leading the team in tackles? Or I don't understand.
That's the worst thing he could do.
Ty is saying that
is the leading tackler over and over and over again.
No, that means we're getting our ass killed. That means that the safety keeps tackling running backs after they got like 12 yards.
15 yards. That means if Amos is making the tackle, that means they're 15 yards downfield.
Correct.
That's why I'm breaking it down that way. I don't blame Amos for being the leading tackler in half the games we played. I blame the scheme for making Amos have to make that touchdown saving tackle again every time. And it comes down to Amos making a weak ass tackle 15 yards after this guy's dodged everybody, and we're looking at Amos like, dude, that was a weak ass tackle. Right. And he's like, I was supposed to be on a flex route guarding the sideline. Like, why am I here in the middle of between the hashes tackling this fucking asshole when you guys should have done your job? And it's another one of those, the scheme didn't work, and it makes the player not play to his full potential.
Gotcha. For me, I'm a huge fan. I think like it was like a down year for this gentleman, but in particular, like the years prior, I thought he was a fucking standout safety. I thought it was money well spent. And I think he's maybe 27, 28. Guy's still young. Now, when I say all this, I'm looking into next year. Yeah, we do have Darnell Savage locked up for one more year. Did not agree with that. But beyond that, guys, Rudy Ford stepped up big this year. Huge fucking fan. But we have like nothing. So let's just say we draft a safety, and I think we should. There's still a lot of like uncertainty there. So I say I would try to lock down Amos, honestly, like 2-3 years. Savage, maybe we hold on to one, just fucking see what we have. Because he played like slot, like second half of the year here. And maybe Joe Barry has at least tapped into what he's good at and we can make it work. But I don't think Amos is a part of the problem.
Stokes, we haven't brought up Stokes, but Stokes is a young man and he will bounce back from that injury that he had.
He's also a cornerback. No, I totally agree. I like Stokes. Cornerback, I think, guys, like the secondary is like fairly set if we can re-sign Amos, in my opinion, and gives us stability to then draft and proceed past that point. That's my thought.
Adrian Amos is 29 years old and he's had one decent contract with the Green Bay Packers. He is up for contract next year.
Oof.
My wettest dream is that the Packers could somehow get Lovie Smith as their D coordinator. It ain't gonna ever happen. But I'm just saying.
Hey.
Oh, another hot take.
Shut
Dave,
up. That's the
flaming
dumbest
hot.
take I've ever heard.
It's the
Flaming
greatest
hot take.
shit. Yeah. That's right. I love it.
Dude, this guy has
Move it.
failed like everywhere for like
Everywhere,
a while now.
everywhere,
And you keep
everywhere.
like digging into the past. You're talking about Ron Dane and Lovie
It's
Smith.
all-
we
fucking
Ron
2023.
Dane.
I know. If
Wake the
if-
fuck up.
If we're gonna bust out wet dreams, yeah, we'll get
You guys
Robert
think the
Brooks.
Dolphins
Oh,
coach?
that's a segment right there.
Guys.
That's a segment. That's a future
on.
segment.
I got a
right
question. Has anyone else's phone been blowing up from Shane from Shamos? Because this fucking
Yeah, no, well,
this,
Mine
dude-
is-
this dude's been
Now,
sending
after-
me like
after
a,
the-
aggressive amount of texts.
yeah, after the whole restraining order thing, I'm good to not have to.
Are
Don't
you
get me
even
wrong.
allowed to
Hell of a
talk
fan.
about that?
Hell
I
of a
blocked
fan.
Our
him. He
number
keeps
one
coming up
fan.
with new phones.
Yeah, dude, he reached out. He was like, dude, check out this. He started a Twitter feed just for us. Like he's started a Twitter feed that only follows us, like, and only talks about following Two Dads and a Chaz. He's been saying he's going to keep it going in the off season. It's been crazy, man. But
I'm
right now we
signing up
got to
for
go.
Shane.
Right now we got to go to another commercial break. We will be back, I believe, with the third quarter in just a second.
Two Dads and a Chaz, putting trophies on the wall. Two Dads.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz podcast. We're going to go into a fun segment just for this week because this is truly remarkable. It is called We Fucking Told Ya. The segment is We Fucking Told Ya. And we put the segment in for one reason only. Because we did fucking tell you. How many things on this podcast were Two Dads and a Chaz right about? How many things? How many things, boys, that actually came true that we talked about over and over and over and over again? Mayhew.
Yeah, thank you, Chaz. Look, I know I went to like a dark period, you know, in the middle of like the season, and like people can say what they want to
Every
say
game.
about me
Yep.
as a Packer fan, sure, but
Yep.
it's not out of love or distrust for like this team. It's about understanding what was fucking going wrong, having like solutions, and needing to wait multiple fucking weeks for it to happen. All of which so we could reach a fucking pivotal end of the season game just to get in the playoffs. We could have fucking had things locked down, got in the playoffs, and lost in the first round like we're used to. God damn it! Now, starting off is the fucking special teams. Okay, Rich Bisaccia, you're out there listening. You all fucking do. You're telling me Amari Rodgers was the fucking answer until week what? I'm not gonna look it up. It doesn't fucking matter. We were clamoring for this poor man, not just for you, not just for us, for him to not return fucking kickoffs in punts. All he wanted to do was hopefully catch the ball. That was a win for the day, but likely he's going to fucking fumble it at the same time. You should have let him go a long time ago because we fucking told you.
We fucking told ya.
Yeah.
Christian Watson is a good receiver.
Oh,
fucking
we
told
fucking told ya.
Oh, yeah.
One drop pass, 2 cold weeks. We were like, no, this guy's faster than lightning. We fucking told you. Christian
Fucking
Watson's a
told
good
ya.
receiver.
I know, Ty, and nobody throws the ball behind the line of scrimmage better than fucking Packers do, but by God, we fucking told you.
We told you.
We
this guy's
fucking
gonna be good.
Wait a minute. Oh, shit. You are not going to fucking believe this, guys. I've got somebody in the waiting room asking.
No.
I don't know who sent this fucking link, but I swear to God, Mayhew, if this is you, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh God, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show yet again. Number one fan of the Chaz.
Hey, you fucking stupid fuckers.
It's Shane from Sean, oh boy.
That's right. Fuck yeah. Shane from Shano. That's right. That's my fucking handle. And you know what? Thank you so much, guys, for having me on this pod. I tell
Nobody
you,
invited you.
Shane is not gonna take any of this kind of guff from anybody. But listen, I'll tell you what, Chaz, let me break it down for you real quick.
Let's hear it.
I am so sorry. I just want to apologize. Listen, I sent you a little bit too many emails today. and all the other days too. And I am sorry, Chaz. Listen, buddy. Shawano County sheriffs came over and they issued a restraining order. I don't know how they do that over the internet. Okay. Listen, I can't believe that they can do that stuff, but I guess there's laws against what I did. And I'm sorry. Listen, this podcast, it changed
Shane,
my life.
I know, buddy. I know, but like literally Jimmy the laundry fucker was written after you, because I don't know how you did that to my delegates, but
listen,
there's a line and you crossed it. You crossed it.
Chaz, I know people are like, oh, I don't want to Chaz do it ever. I would let you jizz on my laundry, and to the point where I would get pink eye. Okay, you understand? I could get penicillin. That's why it was even invented, is for what you do. So it's fine. Okay?
Yeah.
I just listen.
I gotta ask, are you where is it you're actually given the restraining order? You obviously can't be doing this from your house. Where are you linking into us right now?
Well, I'm at Lana's. Well, I don't want to tell you where I really am. I'm at Lana's. Listen, when things
Who's
go
Lana?
wrong,
Yeah, Shane, who's Lana?
Who's Lana?
Who's Lana?
let's just rewind real quick. Rewind the last 7 days before everything went crazy and my life turned upside down. Okay,
Let's hear it. We're gonna hear a little testimonial from Shane from Shawano.
Okay, so I got an email from this hippie fucking guy I know, and you had him on the show, and then he says, "Oh yeah, you got to come." And I was again, I couldn't believe that I was actually included in my favorite thing of the whole fall and winter. Besides deer hunting was Shane, it was just Chaz, two dads and Chaz, right? So here I go. I come on the show. And then everyone's like, "You're doing a great job. You're analyzing things." And I'm like, "I know. It's just what I do." And then the views started getting more and more and more. And I was like, holy shit. So I started looking at the views. And once we hit 75 views, I knew we went viral. And then once we went viral, my wife called me, my ex-wife, who's now gonna be my wife again, Lana, and she took me back. You're not gonna believe this. I thought
You're
this
popular now.
changed my life for the better just because of the pack. But guess what?
I gotta say,
You
views are up to
reunited my
125.
whole family, and
That's
I
exciting.
appreciate that. Oh, my arm, it hurts so bad. Here we go. Okay. Anywho, so anyway, I go to last week, Lana was gone and she was like, "Fuck you, Shane, fuck you." And I was like, "Lana, kiss my ass." And then I drove by Wally's house late at night and I saw the Bonneville in his driveway and I knew Lana was there. And I was like, "God damn you, fuck you, Wally, you son of a bitch." Listen to this. Believe it or not, Wally's a fucking Vikings fan. I couldn't believe that. Anywho, so next thing you know, we go viral, 75 likes hit, and it's like, "You're a star, honey. I want to take you back." And I rode with it, and it's just been amazing since. So thank you so much.
We're glad we
Shane, I
could
have
do
to
that.
say,
We're glad we could do
since-
that for you, Shane.
since coming on the show, I have to say, your visit with us actually got our views the highest they've been all season, to a record-breaking 125 views. So really, hats are off to you, buddy. Hats are off.
Really, Chaz, I'll be honest, again, I feel like you are literally a voice of hope. you make me feel like we can do anything, we can just fucking go anywhere. But I will say this. What the fuck was that shit on Sunday, guys?
Yeah.
I watched that shit for the first half. Okay, listen. Thank God Lana came back into my life, because I watched that shit for the first half and I thought, kick after kick. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? So then finally I go upstairs. I'm going to get something to drink and a little extra beer and a little something. You guys ever drink Dumb and Do? Do you know what that is?
No.
What?
Dumb and Do.
No.
It's
Is it like Malort's?
No, it's fucking Mountain Dew and rum. Dumb and Do, you stupid fucker. So I poured myself a double dumb and I start coming downstairs like I'm gonna go watch the second half. And Lana says, hey, come upstairs. I put Delilah on and it's time to have a kinky. So I says to her, I can't turn that down. So I just go upstairs, and then next thing you know, I says to her, let's turn the lights off. And she says, why don't you want to keep them on? And I says, Lana, your ass looks like a fucking garbage bag full of cottage cheese. No, I don't want to keep it on. I'm gonna turn it off. Okay. And then next thing you know, you guys know what happens when the lights go off. And then I fell asleep. And during the time that I was up there, the hanky-panky time, I didn't hear no cheering downstairs off my TV, and I knew bad shit was happening, and I didn't want to say nothing. And then I fell asleep. Okay, later, listen, I woke fucking up, and I walked downstairs to just, make sure everything was okay with the pack, and it was 16-20, and my heart sank in my chest. And it's like, I take 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards, okay? It's like, okay, Lana takes me back. And then, we're going to make the playoffs. And then I get some, finally I get laid, and then we don't make the playoffs, So I just...
Well, I got to ask you then, buddy, where do we go from here?
Well, I usually go to the bar. And I talk so fucking loud. Every drink I have, I talk louder and louder. And the guy sitting next to me, he ain't moving any further away. It's like, oh fuck yeah, I just talk loud. I'm like, what was Walker doing with the fucking ball? It's like, why are you shoving people that don't have pads on? Isn't that Devontae Adams' job to do that? It's like, if he don't got pads on, just don't fucking touch him. And then the next thing I say is, it's like, Rasul, it's like, what the fuck are you doing, you stupid fucker? Anywho, I don't know. Again, this podcast has changed my life. Listen, T-Bone got my letter. It was cut out of all different kinds of mail. That's art. It's craftsmanship. You fucker, enjoy what I have to say when I say it. Listen, Ty, everyone knows your dick makes fucking Pete Davidson jealous. Okay, you got a schwanz for the gods. Okay, why are you mad at me about that? You should be mad at God.
You're not wrong.
Satisfy women. Good for you, buddy. Hey, bud. Listen, I really watched you on the beginning of the season. Your leatherhead, I love that. You are a true fan from the day one start. If any day you want to come take shots with me at the fucking bar, buddy, you tell me, I'll be there, okay?
I'll be loud.
There. Oh, yeah. I'll be getting louder and louder and louder.
You can scream right in my ear and it don't matter because I got fucking tinnitus to speak to beat the band. I can't hear what the fuck you're saying. So either who.
I'm so happy that this match is being made truly here.
Even though I'm probably not supposed to speak to you because of regulations and the law and all our restraining order, I think the Zoom has enough, I still respect what you're doing.
I really would like to just say I don't want to wear an ankle bracelet for the next 6 months. So if you could just drop them charges, bud, we could just move on from all this. It's
He'll
fine.
keep liking
don't-
in season 2.
I don't need to come down there. I don't know where you live. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean
Yeah, you
that.
do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Anywho, let's just move on to the next topic, okay?
Heard that. I have to ask everybody about a segment called Who's Win Me, Who's Again Me. Now, Who's Win Me, Who's Again Me is who's going to be with us next season as far as prediction wise and who's going to be off the team. I'm going to keep this one a little open. First hand up. I'll take it. Tyson.
I think that it's pretty clear that all of the draft picks from this year and the previous year are going to be on the team, right? So let's go on to people. I think that Alan Lazard's going to be off the team. Guys, it sounds crazy now, but by the start of next year, it's not going to sound crazy. Aaron Rodgers is not going to be on this team, okay? We're going to have a different quarterback at that point. I think Aaron Jones is going to be experiencing his last year on this team. I think A.J. Dillon is going to be experiencing his first year of being the feature back, and Aaron Jones is going to be a third down back. It's going to blow your mind. And I think that our wide receiving core is going to be so good. It's going to be laughable about how that was the problem last year when we're leading our division in receiving yards. I think that we have a real potential to not rebuild, but reload with this team. I believe I'm going to be the first on the bus to tell you that Jordan Love is our future, and we got to double down. And unless this guy throws too many interceptions and we can't deal with it, I think he's got all the upside in every other department to continue the Packers' trajectory towards greatness.
Mayudovich, Aaron Rodgers, win me or again me?
I think he's back. I think I've touched on this multiple times throughout the episode. Like they want to rewind what they thought was working in the first place. Matt LaFleur, I think he actually doesn't have the confidence in himself to be minus Aaron Rodgers. Otherwise, I don't think we'd really be having these kind of conversations. He wants to bring him back. He wants to bring Nathaniel Hackett back, give up play calling. Joe Barry's already back. Rich Bisaccia is like signed. Basically, coaching staff wise, like we're set there, right? Okay, like quickly, I'll run through the offense. I think David Bakhtiari, I fucking love this guy. I'm sorry if people have other opinions. We're paying him a crazy amount of money. He's done nothing but hold up his end of the bargain. And now with an offseason to hopefully get healthier, I like it. Running back wise, like you said, Tyson, Aaron Jones is here. A.J. Dillon is here. I would love to draft like potentially like another like replacement, somebody that's like waiting in the wings that's cheaper. Receiving core, I'm cutting Cobb. Okay. And if you want to keep Aaron Rodgers, you're probably going to keep Lazard, and then everything else is like in place. Now, tight end, I'm going to run through this quick. Sorry. I think Bob Tonyan's back because it's cheap. I think Mercedes Lewis is back because I fucking love the big dog and let him set like the tight end record. Come on, dude. We can pay him nothing and he'll be happy. Josiah DeGuara is under contract from his rookie one more year. I would fucking cut that guy and not even notice.
Again, me. Got it.
Defensive side of the ball. Everything's pretty much set as it is, really. Kenny Clark, going to be there. Devontae Wyatt, going to be there. TJ Slayton, going to be there on the line. Preston Smith, I believe we still have him for one more year. Rashawn Gary, god damn it, he's not going to come back healthy until mid-season, maybe, but he's probably due for like a really rather big payday. Secondary wise, Stokes locked in, Ty, for sure. I like him. Razul, contract sign. Jair, here forever.
Win me.
And then safety position, I already touched on that earlier too. Now, kicker, we got to find a fucking replacement. Mason's done. Legs no longer
Again,
there.
me.
I think he'll be the first one to tell you. Time to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Punter, we're in a good spot. Son Nixon as a returner. Dude, point being, fellas, there are a few holes in this team that we need to basically kind of fill and then just fire the entire coaching staff and start over. And I think we're ready to go.
I hear that. It's a hell of a good win it again. Ty, I want to hear from Ty. I want to hear from Shane. I want to hear from Bud. Who's win? Who's against me? I want to hear some rapid fires. Buddy, who's win me? Who's against me?
Okay, I'm on the bus with Tyson. I say Aaron Rodgers is gone. I say Lazard is gone. I say that Love is our quarterback of the future.
Win me.
You know, I am a Packers fan. I am a Packers fan. I've always been a Packers fan. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. I have been an Aaron Rodgers fan, you know, and I have been a Brett Favre fan. But there came a time where the Packers became too small for Aaron Rodgers, and there became a time when the Packers became too small for Brett Favre. And there's a time to move on, and this is the time.
Fuck yeah.
I'm going to stay a Packer fan. Do I appreciate everything Aaron Rodgers did for us? Yes, I do. But it's time to move on. And hey, Shane, quit masturbating when you're not on camera, goddammit.
Listen.
That is weird.
You shake it more than 3 times and you're playing with it. That was 2 times every time. And you know. It's a cover 2. You call it a cover 2. Okay.
Ty and then into Shane.
Sweep. I'm just running a sweep against my ball. So
Ty
anyway,
and then into Shane. Who's win me? Who's against me?
I think it's a lot of again me's, but I think that Mason, Cobb, Rogers, and Bakhtiari are all either somewhere else or no longer playing football next year.
Oof, again me's. All right.
I think on top of that, there's not a lot of holes that need filling. We just need the proper scheme.
No, really, I agree with you, Ty. I love what you just said because there are a lot of good players on this defense, and it's honestly beyond frustrating that this defense is not a team that gives up 14 points average instead of 20, whatever. Like, this team's good. It has the players.
Absolutely. Shane from Shawano, bud. Who's win me? Who's against me?
oh, this year we're going to lose Mason and we're going to lose Cobb. We're going to lose Mercedes Lewis. Unfortunately, I don't know if he'll be coming back. And I like that
2
guy.
years old. He wants to stop playing football.
He's old, you know. But here's the deal, guys. This porcelain guy has it right. And we're going to stick it out with Aaron Rodgers. He's the best thing we got going. And to just decide right now that it's time to go, it's fucking crazy, you know. It just reminds me of, it's like this. It's like, oh, you're gonna go out in the ice right now? It's been 40 degrees, you stupid fucker. Yeah, 2 weeks ago it was 0. It's like it ain't fucking time to go out in the ice. The perch are biting, but you're gonna fucking fall through. So just leave it be, and come back to it later when it's time. Leave it be.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back in just a second with the fourth quarter. We're going to finish this up here.
Hey, guys.
We want to thank a special guest for stopping by, Shane from Shawano. Final thoughts, my buddy?
Here's my final thought, and I really appreciate you sending her back to me. You know, the other night I was laying in bed with Lana, and I was thinking of a song that I love so much. And this, I think, you know, the lyrics of this song are going to carry out to you guys and maybe make you peace for you for the next few months until the Pack play again in August for family night. Okay, here we go. Listen, someday somebody's going to make you want to turn around and say goodbye. Okay? Until then, baby, are you going to let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know? Don't you know? Things can change. Things can go your way if you hold on for one more day. Listen, I am a music buff, and that's what you guys don't know about me, okay? And that there is Wilson Phillips. So take that to heart and hold it dear over the next 6 months until we can meet again.
You heard it
I have.
from Shane from Shawano. We'll be right back.
Shane, I have a really bad lawyer. If you need one, just let me know.
He's got a losing percentage you wouldn't believe.
Two dads in a chance, putting trophies on the wall. Two dads in a chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz Pod. We're going to go into our favorite part of the fourth quarter, and that is a segment we do. It's called What Grinds Your Gears? I'm going to start with my father. You know him. You love him. Buddy, what grinds your gears?
What grinds my gears? I'll tell you what grinds my gears. It's when you've been going to Packer games all your life, and all of a sudden they got to tell you when you got to cheer and when you got to be quiet. And they got these guys making these recordings, and the head coach stands on the sideline doing this all the time. What the hell is that? They think I don't know when I got to make noise and when I don't. They got every player on the team up there. Okay, it's first down. Let's make a lot of noise. First down. Fuck that. My first down, my throat. I'll lose my voice by halftime. Let's get screaming. It's first down. Come on there.
But we don't get a lot of first downs, Pop.
No. But they're telling you to make noise all the time.
You're a professional.
I'm a professional. That's right. And LaFleur wants us to be like the 12th man or whatever, like they have in Seattle. We make noise. We know when to make noise. You make noise on third and fourth down, and you make a lot of noise so they can't hear the calls. So who cares about first down? Anyways, that grinds my gears.
That's a hell of a good one, Pops. Hell of a good one. Ty, what grinds your gears?
You know what grinds my gears? E-bikes. Old people weren't meant to go that fast. If they could go that fast, then they would be able to pedal that fast. But no, they come flying up a sidewalk, a blind turn at 25 miles an hour. First off, what are you doing on the sidewalk? There's a whole bike lane. God. So I'm almost killing these old people, flying all over the place. Oh, I'm young again. Oh, congratulations for you. You were almost dead again. E-bikes. Can't stand them. It's not right. It's crime against God.
Great one, but it's a great one, Ty. Great one. Hey, Dad, will you tell Ty about your brand new e-bike that you got?
I love my e-bike sneaking up on them youngsters. Coming up right behind them and dinging my little bell.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Tyson, I know you got something that grinds your gears, but let me hear it.
I got a lot of things that grind my gears. First of all, we know what grinds my gears is around this time of the year when the Packers disrespect the game, waste my fucking energy, money, time, and love, and do not fucking deliver me an easy win against a historically bad franchise that has nothing to fucking play for. That grinds my goddamn gears, especially after everything I have given to this team in terms of my energy, time, love, money, friendship, everybody. I put the podcast out here. God damn it, guys. You couldn't win me one fucking game and get me into the playoffs. That would have been fine if we would have gotten beat by the 49ers, but the Lions, disappointing. Okay.
Wait, you got more than one?
I do. When people unscrew caps of stuff and they don't screw them on all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it grinds my fucking gears, guys. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then I pick it up and then like stuff's falling out of it. Like, what? How busy are you that you don't have time? Oh, here's another one. You put the empty box back in the pantry. You put the empty container back in the pantry. Aaron, you know what I'm fucking talking about. You think it's a big joke. It's not funny, okay? There's an inventory system, all right, to life. You have an obligation. If it's gone, just take the box away. I think we're doing great on Triscuits. I go in, that box is fucking empty. That box doesn't mean anything. That's a lie. And here's the final thing that grinds my gears, guys. Night games. These night games haunted us all fucking year. We had Grandpa who could not deal with the night driving, okay? And what did we get all year? We got rewarded with afternoon and night games. Dude, we are a noon game team. The older you get, the earlier you want to play. And I'll be honest, in the Midwest, right here in Wisconsin, there is nothing like waking up to a fresh snow over a fucking noon football game. It is what this game is all about. As far as I can remember growing up in childhood, we had noon games and it felt fucking amazing. I hate this year that we had so many afternoon, evening, primetime, Thursday night, bullshit, 8 a.m. games. I want my noon games back. I'm sorry. Rodgers went down on the fact that we didn't get noon games. And if he comes back, Jesus Christ, I hope that his agent negotiates with the people at Fox to make sure that we get 80% of the noon games so he can actually look like a fucking quarterback again. That's what grinds my gears.
Understood. You with their hand up in the back row.
Yeah, Tyson, I can say, sorry, real briefly, that my brother and I used to play that game of empty box in the pantry in regards to gushers, like back and forth. I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like, hey, brother, yeah, why don't you go grab some gushers? They're all fucking gone. So I can, it's just
You're
one man.
monsters. You're monsters. And this is why you can't sleep at night now.
I know. And this is my favorite probably segment of the show where I like to alienate people. We all know this. I'm gonna a couple of hot takes. Couple of hot takes.
Go ahead there, bud.
All right, first and foremost. And I might have already touched on this one like weeks prior. I can't even keep it all together anymore. But I go to fucking Culver's. All right, Dave. You know what I mean? And you go through the drive-through and there's 5 fucking stalls for you to pull out in front of, right? And then you get in there, you're the third in line. And the guy, he stops at the second stall to where you're backed up and there's more cars behind you, but the line's not moving like fast enough, you know? So you're wondering in your head, what the fuck is this guy thinking? Is he just not looking behind himself? Does he not care about other individuals? In your head, you're like, at least maybe his thought is that the poor people have to run the food out don't have to walk too far out because it's December in Wisconsin. And, you know, it gets cold. I understand. But the problem is that the line continues to back up and he doesn't move forward. Now, my favorite fucking move is when he pulls one spot forward, leaving 2 more in front of him. Oh, thanks for solving the fucking mystery, you stupid piece of shit. Pull to the front of the line so the rest of us can get our goddamn food and get home on time. You know, I've seen it 100 times and it fucking grinds my gears. Now, shifting over, these are the same fucking individuals. You guys know what I'm talking about, where someone's going to cross the street, right? You're driving in your car and you stop because you're like, hey, pedestrians first, right? It just, you know, you're trying to be courteous. And like they were walking at a normal pace. And then when you like stop to let them by, they almost like slow down. They wave at you. They're like, appreciate that. And then they walk like their fucking legs are broken. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Can you give me like a little bit of effort? Just like show me like a skip, a little something. That's what I do. I fucking jog across, being like, hey man, thanks. You know, a kind wave, buddy. You know what I'm talking about. Fucking people used to be decent in this world, and I don't know what happened along the way. But finally, what really grinds my goddamn gears these days, boys, is people trying to criticize English language. Okay. If I send out a fucking email, okay, and I don't spell no good, okay, or I use an excessive amount of commas, or maybe the exclamation points don't make any fucking sense. Yeah. Who gives a shit? What you trying to look smart in front of like your colleagues here? Give me a fucking break.
I used the wrong there. Whatever, you know.
Extra apostrophes. More apostrophes.
You know,
I don't know what an apostrophe is.
You don't look smart tearing me down, okay? I look bad enough as it is. I don't need any help from anybody else. That's what grinds my gears, Chaz.
Fantastic all around. I give those all A pluses. Mr. Peterson, what grinds your gears, bud?
It's like it's called something block. That's the email they're doing. There's like a
HR block?
Nah, whatever. Maybe in April.
Nobody likes paying taxes.
So what grinds my gears, guys, and I don't mean to get all sentimental,
but you're gonna.
But the Packers are done. And what grinds my gears is I won't get to see this panel throw down more podcasts. And I don't mean to be like, but I am. Because I have thoroughly enjoyed watching you fellas throw down every week through thick and thin, through all the bullshit and all the glory. And that's what grinds my gears, guys. I'm going to miss seeing my friends fucking throw down.
Hey, cheers
yeah.
to that.
Cheers to
Dave.
that, big fella.
Hashtag
Hey.
fuck yeah.
Ah, man, we're gonna. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Man, like really, we are gonna miss doing this, guys. This felt hard at first, and then therapeutic in the end. And I'll be honest, guys, I'm gonna miss it dearly. And we'll be back definitely for some draft coverage too. So don't worry, because we're not out of
Yes,
out
did
of
we get
commission.
picked up by season 2? Did we get picked up?
And we're gonna, and if you guys want to be contributors to the Two Dads and a Chaz podcast, we might even be talking about season 2, but we'll see where we're at. We'll see what circumstance pull us out of the catacombs. But
The Aaron Rodgers explanation.
no, but really, there's nothing that will change our love, our deep, serious love for this Green Bay Packers team. All 6 people on the screen that came out tonight are the real deal. You're talking about real fans. We're fucking real fans. Okay. We put our money where our mouth is. We go out, we make this shit happen. All right. And this is what this game's all about. It's built on the fans. It's built on the energy. It's built on the spirit of this fucking game. So I can't sit back here, regardless of this outcome of this year, and say we don't have anything that makes me believe that this next year is not going to be better and the following year is not going to be better. So whether Aaron Rodgers comes back, whether we are
Can't get much worse.
no, regardless, this team is destined for greatness. And with fans like this, I don't know that there's a better franchise in American sport for you to get behind. So if you aren't yet, back the fucking pack. Let's do this. I'm going to pass it off to Chaz. You do his job.
To close out this season, I want to know who thinks they've got the best Packer memory. Who's got the one? Who's got the one? Because guess what?
Right
You're all
here.
going to get one. Who's got? Ty, you get to start. I want to hear
Yeah.
Packer memories. Let's try and keep them short, guys. We are running long. I just
Let's
want to
just
hear
go
Packer
this
memories
year.
from everybody, but I want to be from this season. Yes,
Yeah.
this season. Go ahead.
Yeah, we brought it to you live week 4 from Lambeau Field. And I got to watch the whole football game sitting next to my buddy Tyson. And that was an awesome time. We got to watch Mason Crosby kick the game-winning field goal. Things were still good then. You know, we lost week 1 to the Vikings. No big deal. We'd beaten the Bears, which was expected. Then we surprised everybody and beat Tom Brady. Came back, beat Belichick's Patriots. Man, it was a cloud 9 situation, but definitely a lifetime experience, and I'm glad I had it. It was a fun time, and that was my favorite Packer memory from this season.
Mr. Peterson, favorite Packer memory this season?
Favorite Packer memory
On or off the field?
on the field after the game. The Packers just had beaten the juggernaut Dallas Cowboys at home. Aaron Rodgers hugged Mike McCarthy and he said, I
Oh,
love you.
oh, tears,
That was my favorite one.
tears,
It
tears.
meant a lot. He said, I love you, man. And he does.
Legit, bro. May Hudovich.
Daddy issues.
I was gonna say that's gross, Dave.
They've been through a lot of battles together, man.
You
Daddy
guys have
issues.
kids.
But before I dive in, I just want to make anybody out there listening. I think a huge thank you needs to go out to Chaz himself. For those of you who are not aware, he literally takes hours of just ridiculous fucking rambling and cuts it, dices it, ad libs it, and fucking makes it, I think, incredible. So Chaz, my hat's
At
off
least
to you.
listenable. At least listenable. And
Listenable,
that
that's
is
actually-
something. And that is
fellas.
really something. Because a lot of this is not listenable, guys. You guys don't understand. It
Now-
has to hear.
They're gonna find out tomorrow.
Now it's been a weird year of like highlights. I guess you can say we were talking about this earlier, where it's we almost like blacked out the first like 12 weeks to a certain degree.
Right.
But I'm gonna piggyback on Ty's comment. Man, we were there week 4.
Yes.
The 3 dads just, man, the Lambeau experience. First time I've been there in multiple years, but for me, it was Christian Watson's first touchdown of his career. Again, shocker, end around run where I got to see his speed on display live, and it was eye opening. I'm like, holy fuck, this guy. Okay, we got something. Ended up winning the game. Amazing experience all the way around. And for me, that was probably my highlight of the year.
Mr. Tyson.
For me, it's hard because I got like 3 that really ring a bell, and that's a tough call on this year because really that's digging deep into a year that is honestly has. And when I went back and looked at it, had more disappointing moments than exciting moments, to be honest with you. But the Buccaneers game, that fourth down stand at the end of the game, and the emergence of Romeo Doubs in that game overtaking Tom Brady, something that was big for our quarterback, our team, our franchise. That game, and with the people that were at my game, cheesing up on D at home, that one was special for me. The Miami 4th down Mercedes Lewis touchdown rings true, as just giving homage to one of the greatest physical freaks to ever play this game. That he's still able to play at this age is kind of unheard of. And the fact that we might re-sign him and bring him back next year is pretty amazing. And the final part, guys, and I have to say this is the biggest one of the year for me, okay? For the entire year, the moment that was the watershed wow moment of the year, Jordan Love coming in against the Eagles at the end of the year, at the end of that game. That moment changed everything for me, changed my entire outlook on what this team can be, what this offense could have been, and where my alliances maybe should be, and that's to the Green Bay Packers.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful. Some 1, 2, and a 3 goodies. Buddy, favorite Packer moment of the year? You've been to some games, so I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, I have been to some games this year. I've been to more games this year than I've been, in my life. But the one that stands out to me, the moment that stands out to me is being at that Dallas Cowboys game. And I was exhausted by the end of that game, man. I mean, I was worn out. I was drained from the yelling and the screaming and just cheering them on, and to see Mike McCarthy come back out on the field and get a cheer from the whole crowd. That was pretty amazing. But the best part of the whole thing was seeing Christian Watson get that touchdown. That kind of was the same touchdown that he dropped in the first game against the Vikings. Just booking down the field and just catching it and going in, and then getting a couple more and just do 1, 2, 3, he's standing there. That was awesome. It was an awesome experience. So I would have to say it was that game.
Those are great memories all around, boys. As far as mine, I mean, there's so many you could think of, but like Leroy Butler getting to go into the Hall of Fame was great. I mean, Keyshawn Nixon, obviously, for that return was amazing. But mine are a little more personal. Anytime my dad talks about our first Packer memory together is always going to be one of my absolute favorites. And the fact that he did on this podcast was amazing. But my number one favorite moment of this year came a couple weeks ago when I was up for my boys week in the middle of nowhere in the UP. And I was watching the game with my buddies via hotspot. And I was getting Marco Polos from The Love of My Life, who I got into watching football and swore she'd never watch football. And now is a huge Packer fan. And she had people over at our house, my first house I've ever owned, to watch Packer games in. And she was watching games with other people who are not football fans, who are not Packer fans, and having a great time and cheesing up on D and talking about Bob Taggart. So like getting to spread Packer love to other people and then see it happen when I'm not around and like facilitating it fucking blows my mind. That is my favorite Packer memory of the season.
Great memory, Chaz.
I love it. I love it. Chaz, I would like to hand out one trophy to the creepiest guest of the year, and that's going out to Ryan, Eagles fan.
Yep.
Dude, hands down.
For one of the scariest performances we've ever enncountred on this show.
Yeah.
Hands down.
His I heard that guy's balls are as smooth as eggs. That an eagle would lay.
Speaking of, we have to.
Great take. Jay.
Thank
you.
Do not cut that, Chaz, ever.
I won't. Speaking of eggs and balls and in sports and guests, really, help me remember, guys, if I forget any. We have to thank Creepy Eagles fan. We've got to thank Cato Fauché for coming on and doing Cato's Corner.
Yep.
We've got to thank Buddy. We've got to thank Peterson. We've got to thank Reish. We've got to thank Teddy. We've got to thank all of our sponsors that I made up. We have to thank Ty for coming in and being one of our permanent fucking guests.
Yes,
You've been
Ty.
an absolute mix to this. I remember talking about this podcast years ago, saying that it should be you and Tyson just doing this. So the fact that you joined up, amazing. I want to thank Tyson for finally, after years of getting told he should do this, being the brain, like getting the push to get this going. I got to thank Mayhew, my brother in arms, for keeping us on schedule, keeping us legit, keeping us moving, helping with the agenda every fucking week. I can't tell if I'm missing any other guests. We've been
Your
doing this so long.
boss,
Oh, fucking Eric Bearston.
Eric
Shit, I'm so
Bearston.
fired.
Joe
Forgettable.
or Joe.
Oh my God.
Oh, Joe killed it.
Yeah,
Joe
Dave,
was amazing from
We're all
Lambeau.
ready to skip over that one. Tyson, who helped you with the theme song? Because that is the
Wait,
fucking
who's
BD.
Joe?
No,
Oh,
Jigs
Alex
Malone,
Leary.
guys. I
Jigs
gotta
Malone.
give a
Yeah.
big up to Jigs Malone's one of
Yes.
the greatest fucking music producers in the world. Layering my vocals
Big
on top of my
Steve.
vocals on top of my vocals, creating the intro song, and guys, like, it all
so
felt
catchy,
like
dude.
it was destined. It all felt like it was destined to happen. And although this year didn't turn out, like I wouldn't change a thing. Like, I appreciate you guys, and I love this whole experience.
Yeah. Who's Joe?
The guy who we were at Lambeau live from. You were in the woods.
Oh,
Go
I was in the
Patriots
woods. I was
fan.
in the woods. Yeah, that's right.
You were in the
Yep.
woods.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
You're
I-
a Joe Patriots fan.
that's right.
He did
I feel like
great.
we're forgetting somebody. I can't think of who. There's one more. Oh shit.
While we think about
It's-
that, I do think the wives of these dads
Oh my god.
Oh,
have been.
Jesus.
Cato got
Mary.
mentioned, but she should get mentioned again, as well as everybody
Probably.
else.
My wife
for
is
sure.
8 months pregnant, ladies and gentlemen, and she has been a fucking saint to allow me to do this on a Tuesday night while I'm opening a restaurant. This has been a crazy year, guys. Packers have not made
It's right
this
there,
easy
y'all.
for us, but I love
Right
you
there.
guys, and we wouldn't change a thing. Thank you so much for everybody and in this group to really make this happen, and all of our wives and our families and our kids. And Aaron, I know you got to talk about Brianna. Hit it.
No, we can. I mean, yeah,
Your wife's great too. Come on now.
hugely supportive, just like any great woman would be. Like I said, everybody on this show, to a certain degree, has this support, and they also listen. You know what I mean? And to all of our listeners out there, honestly, especially if you've been following the entire fucking season, God bless you. God bless you. Because
No
this is
kidding.
more for us than for anybody, but it definitely helps my confidence, you know, looking at those views, looking at those likes. I'm a fucking shallow man, and I need this, okay? This is all I got, people.
I live for the
All
applause.
right.
Oh, that's who we forgot.
Oh, he's
We
fucking
forgot
back.
to thank Shane from Shadow.
Listen, guys. Oh, fuck yeah. And hey, guess what? I don't want to brag, but viewership has been up 250% since I've been on, okay? I know I'm a big deal up in the Northwoods, but now I'm a big deal all over the state, okay? And there's nothing left to do. Sometimes at the end of the game, we just fucking listen. In Wisconsin, we say something like I say, win or lose, we still fucking
Bears still suck.
lose, okay? Listen, and that's the way it fucking goes in goddamn fucking Lambeau.
No, thank you for saying, Shane. I mean, keeping it real, 100%.
Keeping it real, yeah.
Shane, I
Buddy,
would
you got
love.
any closing?
Listen, this
you
is
could
Todd
chug that-
Rundgren, you stupid fucker. He's not Wilson Phillips, but he's really good.
If only he could chug that little bottle. My friends, we have to end our final podcast the way that we always end our podcast, with a hashtag. Now, the one that we have laid out is probably the best. Probably the best. It's something we say to each other. Sometimes instead of saying I love you or goodbye on the phone, we just say go Pack Go. I feel like a hashtag go Pack Go to end out this podcast and out this season is fitting. But post go Pack Go, if you're feeling saucy and, you know, old school, you could also throw in the Bears still suck, you know, if you really want to. If you really want to, you know, if you want. But I'm going to say go Pack Go. But I'll leave the floor open to you guys. Are there any other thoughts that any of you have before we close out this season with our hashtag?
Yeah, I'd like to let the fans know that we will be back in April. Chaz has already agreed. He's excited about it, that we will be doing a pre-draft breakdown of who we want to round this team out with, as well as a post-draft breakdown to let you know who the new additions are. Buddy's on board. Dave's on board. Everybody's fucking on board. Chaz, I'm really excited about that double episode.
I am too, Mayhew, and I'm even more excited to welcome a very special guest who will be joining our podcast next season, but you'll have to wait and find out who that is next season, my friends.
Oh,
ladies
I
and
got
gentlemen.
some breaking news.
Oh shit.
I was just talking with Aaron Rodgers, and he's
classic.
not coming back next year.
Oh,
Here,
shit!
Two Dads and Chaz. Two Dads
We'll
and Chaz
take
broke
him.
the spirit, broke the story.
Here
111.
first. Wow.
You heard
Wow.
it
3 at 12 o'clock.
Damn it. How
Midnight.
did Shane miss that one?
Throwing it
Well,
down.
gentlemen, I love you guys. This has been great. I'll be seeing you. I'm real excited to see you guys for draft pre and post. So excited. And real excited. I've been planning it and ready for it.
You
So,
got the
I'm gonna
time.
give us-
You got the cry. Let's
I
go.
got the ties right. I'm gonna give us a hashtag on a 3, 2, 1. Go Pack Go 1 and hashtag Go
Hashtag Go Pack Go!
Let's go Pack.
And the Bears still suck.
Two dads and a Chaz, putting trophies on the wall. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Not exactly qualified, but answers the call. Two dads and a Chaz, talking Green Bay Packers football. We gonna break it all.